तो अभी तुमको एक शीट मिला, उसको देखो। ना इसका दो ऑब्जेक्टिव। सबसे पहले जो शीट है ऊपर देखो, उसमें डेट लिखा हुआ है। तो ये शीट जो है ना, जो तुम्हारा क्लास नोट्स है उसमें या तो स्टेपल कर सकते हो या अलग से रख सकते हो। आज का डेट लिख दो उसमें, तुम्हारे रिकॉर्ड के लिए होगा। इसके हेल्प से रिवाइज करना तुम्हारे लिए बहुत आसान हो जाएगा, है ना। अब देखो पेज उलट के देखो, क्वेश्चन कुछ दिख रहा है, तुम सारा कुछ जानते हो। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो, जस्ट गो थ्रू इट। कुछ आंसर नहीं करना है अभी, केवल पढ़ के देखो 1 से लेके 7 तक, केवल एक रीडिंग। सबका आंसर पता है ना? एक क्वेश्चन है 5, क्या है, क्या होगा आंसर? नो। माउंट एवरेस्ट, अभी समर है, अभी लोग क्लाइंब करने जाते हैं। बहुत छोटा, अगर माउंट एवरेस्ट थोड़ा बहुत तुमको इंटरेस्ट होगा एक्सपर्ट मतलब माउंटेनियरिंग का, तो देखे होगे कि मई में बहुत छोटा सा एक विंडो होता है जिसमें लोग क्लाइंबर लोग जाता है वहाँ। क्या टेम्परेचर रहता होगा अभी माउंट एवरेस्ट का, बताओ? टेम्परेचर कितना? टेम्परेचर वेक्टर है या स्केलर है? क्वेश्चन क्या है? क्या आंसर हुआ? नो या यस? यस, अपने आप आंसर मिल गया। हो सकता है ना, क्या पॉजिटिव होगा, स्केलर या मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ वेक्टर? स्केलर तो नेगेटिव हो ही सकता है। फ्रीजर का टेम्परेचर क्या रहता होगा? घर में जो फ्रिज है उसमें फ्रीजर है, उसका टेम्परेचर क्या रहता है? माइनस। स्केलर है ना। 7 हम लोग डिस्कस कर लिए हैं। 8 पता है कब? 9 10 11 12 का आंसर देखो, खुद से चेक करो क्या है। 4 ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है, विच वन इज करेक्ट वन? Question 12. During a relay race, runner A runs a certain distance due north and then hands off the baton to runner B, who runs for the same distance in a direction south of east. The two displacement vectors A and B can be added together to give a resultant vector R. Which drawing correctly shows the resultant vector? So as we have to add two vectors, we'll use triangle law. Now in triangle law, head and tail should coincide. So in option 1, vector A and this is vector B, so head and tail of A and B coincides, but resultant should be from tail of first vector to head of second, so this cannot be true. Now in this case resultant is from head of second to tail of first, so this is not possible. This is absolutely wrong. Look at this diagram, head and tail coincides and resultant is from tail of first vector to head of second vector, so correct is this option. This is correct one. Question 13. The first drawing figure Q9, so this is figure for question 9. The three displacement vectors are A, B and C. This is vector A, this one is B, this one is C, and from polygon law this is a resultant R. The resultant vector is labeled R. Which of following drawings show the correct resultant vector for A plus B minus C? Now we can interpret this as vector A plus vector B plus vector minus C. Minus C means magnitude will be same, but minus C will be opposite in the direction to vector C. We will use polygon law again. So first vector A, second vector redrawn from head of first, that should be B, but this is not B, so this cannot be the correct option. Look at this one, first vector A, then second vector B, and third vector redrawn from head of B is minus C. This is C, minus C will be in this direction, and resultant will be from tail of first to head of last, or resultant will close the polygon, so option 2 is correct option. Question 14. The first drawing figure Q10, this is figure Q10, shows three displacement vectors A, B and C which are added in tail to head fashion, that is polygon law. The resultant vector is R. Which of following drawings show the correct resultant vector of A minus B minus C? So vector A remains same, minus B, we will redraw vector minus B from head of A, so minus B will be like this, and then minus C from head of minus B, so minus C will be in this direction. So you can easily figure out which one is correct option. So correct option is 3, because this is your vector A minus B redrawn from head of vector A, and then we need to redraw minus C. So this is minus C, this one is minus B, this is minus C. Resultant will close the polygon. So this is your resultant. So third is correct one. Next question, which figure shows A1 plus A2 plus A3 for vectors given in Q11? So this one is figure Q11. Now this question is a bit confusing in the sense relationship between A1 A3 is a bit difficult to figure out. So let me do one thing. If suppose I give you this information that A1 is greater than A3, I mean magnitude of A1 is greater than magnitude of A3. So when you will find resultant of A1 and A3, resultant will be like this, and then using parallelogram law you need to find resultant of these two, something like this. So in this case, if length of A1 is greater than length of A3, resultant will be like D. So to solve this question, we need to know what is the relationship between at least a vector A1 and A3. That is, I mean, what is the relationship in magnitude of vector A1 and vector A3. Next question, given below in column 1 are relations between vector A, B and C, and column 2 are orientations of A, B and C in XY plane. Match the relation in column 1 to correct orientations in column 2. Let us focus on these figures. So in column 2 figure 1, can you write using triangle law, of course, vector A plus vector C is equal to vector B? Now which relation in column 1 corresponds to this? Is there any relationship A plus C equal to B, A plus C equal to B? So we need to rearrange this. Now we can write this as vector B minus vector A is equal to vector C, that is relationship C. So C corresponds to 1. Now figure 2, head and tail coincides, head and tail coincides, head and tail coincides using polygon law. This polygon is already closed. So vector A plus vector B plus vector C is a null vector. So relationship D corresponds to 2. Now figure 3, vector A, vector C, vector B. Let us start with vector C. This is first vector, B is redrawn from head of first, and A is from tail of C to head of B. So we can easily write vector C plus vector B is equal to vector A. Now is there any relationship corresponding to this? So we need to rearrange this. So we can write this as vector A minus vector C is equal to vector B. So vector A minus vector C is equal to B, that is in column 1 that relationship is B, so B matches with 3. So obviously A will match with 4, but let us verify that. This is vector A, B is redrawn from head of A and C is from tail of A to head of B. So this is nothing but vector A plus vector B is equal to vector C. So this is how you can match